draw a deer with antlers and fill it up with spring flowers because spring is in the air. So to get started with the drawing, first you want to start off with the mouth, and here the deer is looking to the side a little bit, and then you're not gonna see a lot of detail with this, so we're just gonna do like a silhouette of this deer. So probably get the ears a little bit smaller. So this is the mouth looking sideways, and then I'm gonna draw the ears a little bit bigger than usual. It's okay. And then I'm gonna draw the body, which is, again, it's kind of like a silhouette, and then just gonna make it very abstract looking. You're not drawing the entire shape of this, but just the torso and the face. And you can draw the horns. Okay, so now that we got the silhouette of this, let's try to lighten the sketch a little bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw branches. So I'm gonna fill this deer with spring blossoms, cherry blossoms. So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna draw branches inside the body. I know this looks a bit confusing, but stay with me. And these branches can be as you please, like you don't have to follow a particular structure, but just fill the branches inside the body. These antlers, of course, already look like branches, so that's easy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use pink. First I wanna dab it in water, make it a bit light, and come and add a bunch of spring cherry blossoms. want it even lighter. So first do the, or maybe I should take a lighter pink. Yeah, that's a little better. So we're gonna do a few shades of pink. First, I want to come with a lighter shade and do circles to mark all the flowers where they're going to be. And some are going to be bigger, which are closer to you. And then some which are all the way on the top here are going to be smaller. So pretty much at this point, it's dots and kind of bigger circles with a lighter pink. And for the ones which are closer to you, if you want to do like a flower, like we just do the 5 petals. Like you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can do the centers of those petals with the darker pink. A funny thing happened when I was doing the recording of this video. A friend of mine called, which paused my recording. I didn't realize, and I finished my painting. So now I'm redoing the painting, and I'm at the place where I stopped before. But the good thing is I have another painting, which the original one which I was doing, already here, so we can reference this as we are going with this painting. So where I left off last time was for us to fill in the deer with a lot of flowers. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using a light pink to do my flower petals. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals. So just do 5 petal flowers for the ones which are closer to you, and the ones which are further away from you, you just do them as dots. And then take a darker pink and add kind of like the center, add a little bit of texture to the center of the center of each flower. Then I also want to add some buds, and you can do that with the lighter color. And some, I want to do some more flowers here, and then add a few details in the center, and then blend those details out. And then add some buds here and there. And then I'm gonna take my black color. So for this painting, I'm basically using 3 colors, the 2 shades of pink and a black. And these are Arteza brush pens. So before I go and do that, I want to erase parts of these branches, and I also want to erase the outline of this deer. And then erase few parts of the branches here and there, because you want to show that the flowers are covering parts of the branches, right? And then I'm going to take the black. I'm going to take black, and you can see here how I drew the stems and kind of breaking that stem in between to show the flowers. And so we'll start off with the black and start doing a little bit of a thicker stem. So again, don't paint on the flowers, go in between the flowers to add stems. And the same thing goes with the antlers. So the stems here in the bottom, like a couple of them, I want to make them a little bit thicker. And then as you're going to the top, you can make them skinnier. And then I want to make this black a little bit light. So dip it in water to do some branches which are a different shade of black. I always like to add 2 different shades of color, any single color that I'm using. It just gives a little bit more interesting look to your painting. And then I want to add few buds, like you see I've added here, little tiny buds here and there. And then we have to connect those buds to the stems. So the trick about getting thin lines with these brush pens is you have to hold the brush straight down, and then you have to apply very little pressure on the paper. If you apply more pressure, what happens is the bristles kind of spread out, and then you get a thicker layer of paint out. So and then it doesn't come out as skinny. So there you go. Maybe I want to make these a little bit darker. So those are our paintings, and now you get to see two of them. So there you go. That's our painting. You can add as much detail and as many flowers as you want. It's all up to you how much detail you want to capture or how abstract you want to keep the painting. And there's no right or wrong, just as long as you have fun doing it, just enjoy painting. Hope you had fun. Bye.